Having woman breasts as a guy is terrifying. Unfortunately, the only way to get rid of them is through gynecomastia surgery. But is it worth it? Is it painful? Is it really that scary? In this video, I'll be going over through the process of getting the gynecomastia surgery, the recovery, and what happened during surgery. This video is based on my experience because I got gynecomastia surgery when I was 16 years old. So I got gynecomastia at the age of around 11 years old. At first I didn't know it was gyno because I thought it was all just fat. So I went on a weight loss program, and around 13 years old I lost a lot of fat, and apparently my chest is still sticking out. And that's when I found out that I have gynecomastia. Now, I wasn't planning to get gynecomastia surgery because from what I know, gynecomastia goes away on its own after a couple of years. And besides, gynecomastia surgery costs like around $4,000, and coming from a poor family, we can't really afford that. And also, going through surgery was terrifying. So I did everything that's non-surgical to get rid of my gynecomastia, from working out, dieting, and hiding them with a lot of ways to hide them. And having gyno pretty much ruined my life during my teenage years, and one of my biggest regrets in life is not living up to my teenage years to the fullest, like not going out with friends, not going to the beach and stuff like that, and asking out girls. Like almost every day before going to school, I would wake up, go to the bathroom, and play around with my chest to see if there's any slight improvements, to see if it's shrinking or not. And I would put on like layers of jackets just to hide them, even though it gets hot here. And especially I live in California, which gets to 100 degrees during summer, 100 degrees Fahrenheit during summer. And at school during PE is terrifying because that means you have to dress in front of other kids. And what I usually do is to just wear my PE shirt all day, just so I don't have to dress up during PE. I can just show up to the PE class without going to the locker rooms. And during lunchtime, I never really made friends. I would go to the library because I'm afraid of my if I ever get friends, I don't want them to talk about my chest and get made fun of. So I became a very quiet kid during my middle school and high school years. On top of that, I would always slouch just to hide my man boobs, because my chest, even though while wearing those layers of jackets, it would always stick out. Now again, hoping that my gyno will go away, I never really planned on getting the gynecomastia surgery. So I struggled with it for a few more years until one day at school, I was having a banter with one of my classmates, I guess making fun of each other, and he yelled out, "Max, shut up with your man boobs." And that's when I finally decided to get gynecomastia surgery, because all this time I thought I was doing a good job hiding my gyno, whether wearing layers of jackets, or it was until around my high school years that I found out about gynecomastia compression shirts, that I started wearing them. I thought I was doing a good job hiding my gyno, but apparently, I guess some people can tell about my gynecomastia condition. So I immediately went up to my mom to ask for help to get the gynecomastia surgery, which I never told my parents, by the way, about. It was until after that day, and I got decided to get the gynecomastia surgery. I decided to just stop waiting, stop hoping for that it will go away on its own. And by the way, I think I had it for around almost 5 years now, so it's a good sign that gynecomastia will likely to stay forever, and that you might need to get gynecomastia surgery. So what I did to get the gynecomastia surgery is, first I went to the doctor, to my local doctor, who does your physical checkups and whatnot. And I told him that I told her that I want to get rid of it through surgery. And from there, she started the process. It was pretty simple. But the first thing she did was to get on a physical exam, where they take off your shirts. You have to take off all your shirts and show off your body, your thing down under. And it was terrifying, but I was determined to get the surgery done. So despite of me being self-conscious about my body, not just with the man boobs, but just being naked in front of other people. It was terrifying, and so that's what she did, physical exam, and then from there, I remember she just recommended me to go to different medical facilities for more checkups, not physical exam necessarily, but for more checkups. And from there, the doctors from that medical facility went on to recommend me to other surgeons nearby. And all I really have to do during that time is show up and being patient and keep being determined to get the surgery done. There's like no backing out. And luckily, as for the financing, now again, gynecomastia surgery costs around $4,000 up to $8,000 as of now. Luckily, my health insurance that time covered it. I don't know what I did, but I just told them that it's making me depressed and affecting my mental health, which I think somewhat influenced that decision for the health insurance to cover everything. And from there, I just went on to wait for, it was a few months process, and I got the gynecomastia surgery around late of 2015. And during surgery day, before the surgery day, I was both excited and nervous. I was nervous because I remember signing this paper where it says you might die from the anesthesia because of the sleeping anesthesia thing, and I was terrified of that. But I was still determined to get my gyno for almost 5 years to be gone, so I can finally wear whatever I want and live my remaining teenage years to the fullest. So I brought my mom that time, and so what they had you do during surgery days, they have you dressed for surgery, and the only pain I felt during that time is the needle going through my bicep, which is for the anesthesia. And from there, I just fell asleep, and next thing I know is I woke up in a wheelchair, and my mom was taking me out of the hospital, and I was pretty happy that time, even though I was still feeling sleepy, but I was very happy. As for the recovery process, after the surgery, I thought they didn't actually get rid of my gyno because it still looks big. And that's because, and it was later that I found out that it was just your chest being swollen from the incisions, which is normal. And they told me to wait for 2 weeks for my chest to fully recover. So I didn't go to school for 2 weeks, and my chest wasn't painful as I was under medications, but it was uncomfortable changing clothes, taking showers, and moving around. So no exercise, just rest for 2 weeks. But I was still happy looking in the mirror as my puffy nipples were gone. And after 2 weeks, I felt like a new guy. Like I can wear whatever I want. I can show up to the locker rooms now to switch to my PE clothes. I don't have to wear layers of jackets. I can wear like thin layer of shirts. And I got my first girlfriend just a year after the surgery, which was one of the best things ever. But also, it sucks that it's not really our fault that our gynecomastia developed. But honestly, I learned a lot about patience and fitness, and what it's like having, not taking your flat chest for granted. So I learned a lot despite of the curse, despite of everything that happened to me for that past 5 years. Anyways, don't be scared to get the gynecomastia surgery. In fact, it's one of the best things you can do for yourself. And again, don't see gynecomastia as a curse, see it as a blessing. Turn it into opportunities for you to learn something new, like whether it be fitness or saving money. See it as a blessing. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully my experience helped you keep being determined to get the gynecomastia surgery. But if you're not ready for surgery, you can consider wearing tight tank tops or gynecomastia compression shirts to hide them for now while you wait for gynecomastia to go away on its own. You can find these gynecomastia compression shirts at maxteam.com.